Representation. When you were younger, do you remember looking up to animated Disney characters? Feeling like you connected with a character so strongly, feeling like, yes, that's me, right there on the screen. But what if you never identified with the characters you saw on screen? Or even worse, the characters who were most physically similar to you were always the bad guys. This can make a child feel alienated from others and their environment. Children can even feel like their features are inadequate and ugly, sometimes resulting in internalised racism, fat phobia, homophobia and ableism, all due to a lack of representation. Especially in films with pretty princesses who often had the same features and fitted the so-called socially ideal body. Representation contributes to the creation of safe spaces for minorities. It allows people to feel seen and valid in media, which is especially important when they are still discovering themselves. But why Disney? Disney is a huge and popular studio, taking over more and more of its competitors. Showing representation can promote awareness and educate people about different cultures, disabilities, body shapes and more to combat racism, stereotypes and alienation, especially on a platform and with media targeted towards a young audience. People of colour. In total, there have only been 3 African American lead characters in Disney, Pixar and Blue Sky Studios movies so far, specifically in The Princess and the Frog, Soul and Spies in Disguise. However, all these 3 characters are not even human for the majority of their movies' runtimes. Take the main character from Princess and the Frog, Tiana, as an example. She turns into a frog and stays like that for about 75% of the movie. This could be a coincidence, but is it really representation if it happened to all and the only 3 African American lead characters so far? Disability. So far, there have only been a total of 34 characters with a physical disability in Disney, Pixar and Blue Sky Studios movies. However, almost 40% of these characters are villains. Representing a disability only in an evil antagonistic role of a movie is not representation, as this just villainises the disability. On one occasion, the villain even received a disability as a punishment. Furthermore, about 44% of the 34 physically disabled characters are non-human. So, can you still count this as actual representation? At the end of the day, Disney is very slowly moving forward when it comes to representation of people of colour, disability, LGBTQ+, and diverse body types. Not only when regarding the making of new representation, but also in correcting their old mistakes. Take classic movies on the streaming service Disney Plus for example. At the end of 2020, Disney has updated some of those movies to show a content warning about racism and stereotypes before the film begins. Besides this, 35.3% of the people of colour lead characters, 9.5% of the physically disabled non-villainous characters, and 66.7% of confirmed LGBT+ characters originate from movies made in the past 5 years. However, most improving small representations come from studios that have been bought by Disney, like Pixar, Star Wars and Marvel, or from TV series like The Owl House and The Proud Family. The upcoming movie Lightyear can be taken as a relevant example. One of the characters will be confirmed to be LGBTQ+, which will be shown by a same-sex kiss scene. Initially, Disney requested the scene to be cut. Only after Pixar followed up with complaints and a threat of a walkout, Disney eventually reinstated the scene. From this example can be seen that the bought studios and writers of TV shows have been trying to insert more representation into their media content. Oftentimes it either gets denied, drastically changed or cancelled by Disney since it doesn't fit the Disney image. Only once the representation is taken well by fans, it's Disney who takes and gets all the praise, to show off when it's time for rainbow capitalism during Pride Month, or take extra pride in supporting Autism Speaks during Autism Awareness Month. Not all representation is necessarily good representation, but can also be harmful or just touting simple proof that they're indeed trying. So, step up your game, Disney, because real representation matters.